Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at JP Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America. We file the daily, weekly, monthly timeframes. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. So let's get right into the JPM daily chart. And you know what? Nothing really wrong with this. We did have a nice little pullback today, but again, we've had these not lately like this. I mean, they gapped it down, they kept it going, so you have to be aware of that. We are below this little pivot and so it's slight weak stance, but let's see. There's only one day. Let's see if it reverses and goes right back up, fill the gap, go for the all-time high. If it does that, if it slowly grinds up, then I'd expect more downside. But if it just reverses, goes up, they might shoot for it maybe on the Goldman earnings. Who knows? But if it does get through the 88, we're probably going to 90, 91, and then we'll take it from there. If you're bearish, you want to stay down here, consolidate for the next leg down, or you just want to start just coming in and then maybe consolidating for the next leg down, leading us down to the 200 moving average if we get down there. Well, eventually we'll get down there and kiss the 200 MA once again. But right now, great support right here, gap fill, 50 MA, 250 retrace, as well as a gap fill here, and there's more gaps down here. So one step at a time. Do we go sideways and up? Or do we go sideways and come down, or do we come right back in, reverse, get back above? And I want to see more volume too, like we're doing as this thing's coming in a little bit. So, but again, nice little sell day on JPM. Can't complain. The weekly chart, a little bit of damage done today. Nothing crazy. As long as we stay above this blue line, 82.39, we'll be all right. So let's see if we come in and just reverse back up and start going up. Remember, this is the weekly, so this will just show a little tail if we go up and then close down in here. Or close up in here at gap fill and stuff. So let's see if this thing starts going sideways, or do we come back up or retrace back up to the highs. We'll keep an eye on that one. Let's go to Goldman Sachs. So GS, I will start with the weekly. GS, nothing wrong on the weekly. We did not close below this low pivot on this first candle here after it moved up. So more on the bullish side, but we're a little bit stretched here from the 20 MA, so you got to keep an eye on that. Usually you'll expect at least some sort of a pullback before it moves up again. But again, we're in markets that next thing you know, this thing can rally for 3 weeks straight up to 300 for all I know. So tomorrow's earnings on Goldman, so we'll know a little bit more about this one. I'm thinking it will be a non-event, but either way, it's a 50-50 shot, guys. I don't know. I can't get. I'm not that good. So some people can get it pretty close, but it's still a 50-50 shot at the end of the day. So let's see here. So we're at this pivot here, but it was $8.56, kind of like JPM, 3.5% loss on the day. So maybe some profit taking before ER. I'm not sure, but if you go back to the well, let's look at the monthly chart even. Monthly chart, I mean, you got this huge move into great resistance. Gosh, you got to get a pullback. I mean, if you look at the monthly chart on this, and look how many times it's done this crap. Straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, a little bit of a retrace, straight down, and grind, and dump it. And then this one, another one. Oh, here it goes. And it kind of reminds me of this one. And then all of a sudden, bam. This was 2009, so that's a little more dramatic. But something to keep an eye on. This is the monthly. Gosh, if we reverse all the way back down to maybe 219, 220 on the monthly and engulf this candle, that will be pretty nasty in my opinion. So let's keep an eye on earnings tomorrow, see what happens. I can't guess. Like I said, it's a 50-50 shot. All right, let's get into Bank of America. So Bank of America, let's get to the daily. Daily, same thing. I just want to show everybody, same thing, bullish pattern. You're still above the MAs here, but it did drop. You filled the gap. You're coming to the 250 retrace. I guess if we lifted this up and put it in maybe this pivot here, or maybe down in this one, the first kind of gap here as well, you could probably do it there. You know what? Let's do that. We looked at that level. Let's go from this pattern and stuff just to see. Are we into anything? Yeah, so we're coming up into the 382. You have the pivot there. That's where it pivot came back in, bounced up. Let's see if that holds, or does it cruise down to the 50 retrace, fill the gap, and go to the 50 MA. If it does reach that could be a great area for a possible bounce. But, keep an eye on that, guys. I still think if it goes down, we're going down to here at least. And then maybe come down in this area. But just don't get too crazy on, oh man, it's in support. StockBookie said this is good support. Doesn't mean it can't bounce, but if it does intraday, it could hit it, bounce for an hour or two, and then come right back in. So we got to keep an eye on the overall market, because eventually, if the market's dumped, everything's going with the market's bottom line. If you're bullish on Bank of America, then you're looking at you need to get above the 20 MA, fill this gap, and then continue higher. If it does continue higher, because I think there's a couple, let's go in the bigger time frame. If it does continue higher, then we'll have to look at, let's see, so it got above there. Man, it's a pretty good move. Gosh, everything over everything that I wanted to go short, everything overshot. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, around the 25, 34 area. And if it really overshoots, maybe 30 bucks. I don't know if it gets that high. You have double top over here too, 40. I mean, if it were to get the 40, you gotta short this thing, at least 10% position of your total portfolio. That's the other thing, guys. When you're taking swing trades, only 10% of your portfolio. Right now, I'm going less on most of my positions. Don't really need to load the boat. Just trying to feel the water, see where this thing's going. We do a lot of intraday stuff, scalping, or we try to find stuff to scalp, and we make money that way. So let's see. But Bank of America, nothing wrong. Like I said, if you're bullish, you want to need to get above the all-time highs again, and you continue going. But this is another one like Goldman Sachs and everything. A little bit stretched from the 20 MA. I'd expect a little bit of a pullback before it went up, if it even goes back up. If it comes in here, around gap fill, around 1902, cover the short if you're short, and if you're long, you want to go long, you can probably do it for a day, but be careful. This thing just really starts going, just stay away from these. Then you got to wait for like these areas, the real big areas where you can step up and go long. Where you're definitely going to get support, because you don't want to be in these markets when they're really falling, just like any other time, guys. And we're right in that time frame where anything's possible. So, but Bank of America, nothing wrong, chopping around. Let's see what this week brings us, or this close, because this is a Friday close. All right, guys, if you like these videos, subscribe to my StockBookie.com site. It's free. Sign up. I'll have more videos like this. We'll do some live streams. I'm starting to shoot emails on some swing trades, just taking a look, seeing what's out there, and we'll go from there. And if you do sign up, guys, go into the profile and tell me a little bit about how you trade. Options, futures, you only trade the SPX, you only trade the SPY, you only trade Tesla, you only do this. And just so I get to know a little bit about my subscribers. All right, guys, thanks a lot for following me on Twitter and StockTwits. And thanks again for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. I love making this stuff for you guys, so hopefully I'm helping some of you. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. But God bless, and we'll see you on the charts.